Welcome to Homestead Reptile. We're going to go over my soft and super soft project so far. I'll be showing you some examples of super softs versus normal geckos. So this guy right here is a super soft. And as you look at him, you can see the scale spreading, but something that I found interesting with my softs and super softs are taking them out in the daylight and comparing them to a normal scaled gecko. You'll notice a pretty big difference. They have this more pearlescence in the scaling, this more shine to them. This is a normal scaled gecko. Unfortunately, both these males decided they were going to misfire and slowly fire down as I was filming. So they're both a lot darker. It's just unfortunate. It always happens when I'm working with them. But you can really see the difference in that scaling. So this is also my little jumper. He is also a super soft, and I'll be comparing him to a non-soft individual as well, but this guy is more fired up here. But you can see he has, oops, there he goes again, he has more of this pearlescence shine to the scale, and that's really because the super soft and soft scaled gene affects the way light reflects through the scale, really similar to a lot of different species that have that ability, like a lot of birds, hummingbirds, blue jays. It's very similar to that. It affects the iridophores and how light bounces off of them. So it's really interesting. And it's also super interesting. That little orange lady right there, that little tangerine tiger, is a non-soft scale, but you can tell the difference in how they look at this age. And I have some baby examples of some soft and super soft babies versus a normal non-soft baby who are about the same age, and these are very young animals, and you can tell right away. It's interesting to see how they look in daylight versus a normal counterpart. But you can see this girl, normal scaled animal, she's very bright versus, and he jumped on my cell phone again, my super soft lily white. Ooh, there we go again. So this is a baby soft scale. So you can see in natural daylight, he has almost this pearlescent look to him. And it's just something I've noticed with this morph, that you take them out in natural daylight, they have this slight shimmery shine to them compared to a normal gecko. So this is a soft, and now here is my super soft baby, and these guys are very young, and I'll show you again that comparison to a normal baby who's around the same age, but you can really see that difference in the shine in the scales, and it is different. Something I've learned with my first year breeding them is I thought originally it would be very difficult to tell out of the egg if you had a soft or a super soft baby. I'm coming to find it is not very difficult. So I could see it being difficult comparing a soft to a super soft right out of the egg. You have to wait a little bit more for it to express a little more and to be more noticeable. But to tell a soft baby from a normal baby, I think that's not too difficult to tell, because I can tell how they look from the scale spreading and from taking them out in daylight and the other characteristics this gene has. And again, I'm going to show you a normal baby, and you'll really be able to tell the difference between the two. And these come from my super soft and soft scale female, so all my babies are going to be softs and super softs. But we can really look at that scale spread. And then here is a normal baby. So this is just a normal Dalmatian baby, normal Dalmatian Phantom, likely to be red. And you can see here, looks very different. He's out in daylight, and he doesn't have that shimmer to him. He's a very great looking baby, but he doesn't have that. And here again, we see that you can see the scale spreading is a little bit different. The texture of the scales look different, and it has more of a different look to it. But you can tell, even in these young babies, the difference. And here's my male, and I finally got him to fully fire up. But you can see that difference in a super soft versus a normal gecko just right out of the bat. You can tell the difference in the scaling, and like I said, they almost, in natural daylight, they kind of have this shine to them. And a lot of the times when I'm trying to take film, photos, or whatever, they just come off really blurry because in that really direct daylight, they just look blurry because of the scale, how the how it's affecting the light bouncing off, and then I'm filming them. You really notice that with the lily white. He just looked blown out. He's in natural daylight. My cell phone's fine, and it's just because of that scaling. But it's a really interesting morph. It's been a lot of fun raising these guys and seeing what's going on with it. And I really think it's an underrated morph, and I'm glad to see people are becoming more interested in it. And here again is this guy. He's fully fired up. This is the non-soft individual, and you can see the difference. These guys were both filmed on the same day, same lighting, same everything, and you can tell the difference between a normal non-soft animal versus a super soft or a soft animal. But you can tell it's in the scaled spread, and there's a lot of other things that go into it, but that's your major